Guess the first cop wasn't expecting it because the gun came out of his hand pretty easily. I breathed a sigh of relief, but it was short-lived. Enraged, he grabbed his partner by the collar and tossed him away towards the car. In one swift motion, he turned around towards the patient, grabbed his nightstick, held it high over his head in one hand while holding the patient's collar in the other, and after the slightest pause, brought it down on the patient's head. His skull gave way to the baton, filling the street with a wave of blood. A small gurgling as he exhaled his last breath, and then nothing. His arms began convulsing inward in what is known as decorticate posturing, and 2 more quick hits with the baton finally gave him rest. The cop dropped the nightstick to his side, stumbled up and looked around. His partner was back to dry heaving on the other side of the street, and my partner and I stood in silence in front of the ambulance. The officer calmly walked over the sidewalk, sat down, put his head in his hands, and began crying. After a few seconds, my partner slowly went inside the ambulance and called for additional police officers and an EMS supervisor to respond to the scene. As it was later explained to me, the car was stolen earlier in the night from downtown, near 14th Street. It belonged to a doctor who worked at the New York Eye